morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of your Daily Dose. Happy Sunday or Monday, wherever you are in the world. Hopefully, your weekend went well and your beginning of the week is shaping up to be amazing as well. Now, today, I don't know why the old DS DODP whatever PS design development team thought that there would be a good idea to release a transformation and a billionaire event in the same day, but they've done it. And I mean, look, we're going to go through it. I'm going to talk a little bit about why they might be stalling. And I think they are stalling a lot of the release, and they are really sort of struggling about what to do about it. But that's from my personal opinion. You don't have to agree with it. That's okay. Put me down in the comment section down below if you agree or not. But before we do anything, make sure PSA, make sure you are spending your currency. It is the last day to spend it. If you're like stuck, and you really don't know what to do, I recommend if you're a newer player, go ahead, finish off your epic heroes and your index score. If the ones you're still using are epic and they're not 7-star, finish them off. Very early game players should probably grab some epic gears. All of these is enough to get you, I think, 40 or 80 shards, which is pretty much a full set or half a set. If you're mid game, if you unlock your beast, basically beast pills are going to be your best friend for a while. If you're 120, you'll know that accessory stones are a pain in the backside to get. Then, of course, once you unlock your tactics, you'll start to realize you need advanced tactics, and early on, you'll need epics. So, there are plenty of things to buy with the drumsticks. As for the old veggies, honestly, I just either go with training pills. You can never have enough training pills, even with the trick, or if you have any spare veggies over, go with the accessory stones. You won't miss out. To be fair, look, eventually you'll be able to get 130 accessory stones a day as you push trial and arena, so you don't necessarily need to waste your drumsticks on those. But for the old school meta endgame players, and to be fair, some of those that are wailing a little bit, eventually you're going to need your ascension stones, so you're going to need those bad boys, and they are expensive to get. And then eventually, of course, you're going to want to get the mythicized stones them as well. These ones, I don't really think you should be spending 7 drumsticks on. Let's be honest, I really don't see the value there. If anyone is curious about what I purchase every day, having unlocked all of the index, I basically go for my 5-year MO1 Mythic Stone. And it is expensive, so I can understand. Oh, of course, and stamina pills. Duh. Doesn't matter what stage of the game you're at, you need stamina pills. Eventually, I may start to focus on building some of these ones out and getting them up to 3-star. A lot of them I have at 1-star, 2-star, but as you can probably tell, it starts to get pretty expensive if you just buy all of these every single day. I kind of just focus on what is most necessary. So before we go any further, let's have a squeeze at old mate Stanky Stash. So we definitely are in need of getting some of those. What do we need? 25. Okay. So I mean we need 25 stones. It doesn't make any sense for me to pass up this free unexpected celebration festival. So I think what we'll do is we'll grab 17. That's the safe bet. At least now I know that by the time I grind out the rest of the materials, we pretty much will have everything we need moving forward. And one, well, I mean, we'll just grab you. We'll grab one accessory stone. Anyway, that's pretty much my take on the Celebrate Festival. Make sure that you went ahead and did that. So Billionaire Festival, pretty much stock standard for those that have been saving up their treasure chests. If you decided to pull to get on the leaderboard last event and you had some tokens left over, that's amazing. Fantastic job. I don't know if we did that. I think we were just buying them out and getting the daily packages from what I can see. 59 dice sounds about right. So I think we're still going to buy these ones and skip it, mainly because, well, I don't really want to I don't really want to get to the point where I have to spend 120 dice just to get on the leaderboard, if that makes sense. But make sure you're grabbing your daily tasks as well. So, of course, 9k gold is going to be the cost. I think that took away most of, if not all, my gold. I'm waiting for the raid rebate to come through because they gypped me on that. Unfortunately, I didn't get my demon raid, 6,500 gold, which is very annoying. But anyway, leaderboard. This could be an opportunity for those that have not completed their 7 stars. So we're going to talk a little bit about what's available, but yeah, sometimes this is a little bit of a hidden gem. It could also, in a lot of ways, be a way for us to waste our resources. So we all know Pixiu is coming. We do have 90 shards. Sadly, we can't pull for them. Trust me when I said I looked through all the tabs. There is no Pixiu tabs, none of that. Um, to be fair, the couple of events that have popped up really feel like they're centered around recharge. They really do feel like they're more centered around people recharging. And I can definitely see why, because they are going to require high volumes of cash in order to get the rewards. Celebrate Festival is a cash only event for the majority of players. Billionaire is a big ticket item event for the majority of players as well, looking to get their mythic beasts. And of course, Transformation event is a bit of a big ticket event if you are trying to get to that last paper charm shard to get your first mythic. So it just sort of seems like all these events are lined up to make a little bit of money. Am I right or am I right? I mean, it's never really a hidden intention for most games. It's kind of an obvious, but everything seems to be lining up for people to be spending around this season. So I don't know if there's anything going on corresponding in China or wherever this is based, which is a Chinese company. There might be a festival season, who knows? But anyway, the rewards pretty stock standard. There is no Pixiu spiral. Spoiler alert if you haven't already checked this out. If it hasn't arrived on your server yet, where is no Pixiu? Pixiu, where are you? You are not here. Very sad, big sad. But unfortunately, that means that you can save your tokens, or if you like to go balls deep and do some legendary pulls, you might be able to finish off some of your legendary beasts. My recommendation, go with Fire Kitty and Karkadon. Pretty much going to, pull your team through the harder parts of early to mid game. Heaven's Dragon, fantastic support hero. Don't sleep on that one. Outside of that, Kyrian, maybe if you've built Thunder Pony. If you built Thunder Pony, you can go ahead and build Kyrian. If you've done it back to front, excuse me. But of course, if you've already beat Kyrian, then you need to get Kyrian up to 2-star to unlock their second ability, which is like a shield. And essentially you do that so that you stay alive longer in the fight. As for Thunder Beast, well, I mean, he's pretty good. He is pretty good. His shield that allows one-time control immunity is pretty fantastic. It comes in clutch, particularly if you slot one a really powerful hero, like Warlords should be slotting Dank Stash into slot 1 for a lot of content. So having the attack stacked Dank Stash and the Thunder Pony together gives them immunity in the initial part of the fight. Now, in saying that, is there anything really worth mentioning? I feel like everybody here probably understands that they should go ahead and grab these ones out. Focus on Mechanical Bird first and then Mechanical Ox. Excuse me. And here is the last part. Now, sadly, these are kind of falling off in value. The only real value I perceive is honestly spending the Mythic tokens. Grade 4, if there was a grade 4, which I think there is, it is a random chest. Maybe, but the reality is you're only really going to be spending that if you've got 180 silver mice. So, I mean, if you've got 180 silver mice, I mean, and you've maxed out all of your legendary beasts, go for it. But if you haven't maxed out your legendary beast, I'd go and max out the legendary beast before I got a grade 4 gear set. I know grade 4 gear set's going to give you a lot, but the chances of, getting one in the X server event is pretty high. As you progress in this game, I think on this account, I pretty much have a lot of G4. I think I'm missing three pieces of G4, and I've got the G3s. So G4 epics, sorry, G4 legendary and G4 mythics are the two G4s that are out. But yeah, the reality is eventually you're just going to be able to farm those ones out in the end of the gameplay. So think about your strategy. Think about whether or not you are going to go for the leaderboard. If nobody else is, it could be a perfect opportunity to snag some free tokens and save them for Pixiu. That is my advice. Save them for Pixiu. If you didn't want to spend any money, which I didn't actually want to spend any money, even the dollar packages, couldn't be bothered. Focusing on other things on other accounts, and we won't talk about it in this video. We might do a video just showcasing our latest account on this game and the fun that we're having with that. But essentially speaking, transformation event. Same old, same old. If you want to spend gold here, I probably would only recommend it if you are kind of short. If you're kind of short on paper charm shards and you're getting the paper shards and you know that you can essentially build some full charms out of them, maybe it's worthwhile spending the gold to do the pulls. As you can see, we pretty much have guaranteed 6 full paper charms. So you need 160 of these shards to create one of these, which of course it's pretty, it's just a grind fest, really. You don't there's nothing you can do here. You can just spend money, spend gold, or just play it for free, and essentially you will eventually get enough of these shards to build a mythic transformation. But for those that do like to gamble, realistically speaking, I don't think they'll ever release the odds. It's not a great odd. They're really, yeah, who knows? I think it's like a 0.33%. It's probably closer to the mythic drop rate. Maybe a little bit higher because it is only an epic paper charm shard if you're going off like value by corresponding color denominations. But yeah, essentially speaking, this here is just a little bit of an event. You don't need to save. You can just pull them like this. Go ahead, do your 10 bombs. Maybe you get lucky, but eventually you will get your guaranteed shards, which is fantastic. And of course, you can get a gold jackpot as well. But I mean, it's pretty stock standard. 326, that's enough. That's what I think, maybe like 14 copies short. It's like 14 copies short for me to be able to get my full 2 paper charm shards. And then on top of that, we have plenty of other events before the Generation 4 Sharpie arrives. So it's really one of those events where you just keep hoarding. Now, if you are tempted like me in some instances to get the outfits, I would be more tempted to spend my shards and just keep going for the full charms as the events progress until, of course, Sharpie arrives. And do that, but like there's no Gen 2 or Gen 3 hero outfits. So game, you did yourself a mischief. I would have happily spent my paper shards and grabbed some of that stuff. But mainly because you get the 7% all index score. You don't need to have to own the heroes that you get the outfits for. You just have them in the obvious index. But you could probably pick the ones you like so that you can equip them and then turn them into like, better looking protagonists or whatever it is. We're all skin collectors at heart. And these ones, the legendaries give plus 5%, which is pretty cool. Star Karma, pretty much stock standard. Don't buy this. Spend gold, don't spend paper charm shards. Uh, only if you're one short. If you're one Star Karma completion away from unlocking the next tier, go ahead. But if you're not, probably not worth it. I'd spend gold in the Celebrate Festival. To me, that's better value for your gold. But in terms of here, the hero outfit, for those that are pushing hard and have been playing since the beginning of the game, a lot of you will probably want to build Wolfhammer. It looks pretty cool. In PvP, it's a stun first row, which is pretty snazzy. I like it. I think I might build that later on when I get my. I guess when I get enough of my charms, I might think about it. Because realistically, if you look at what the statistics of this gives and the utility of it, it gives damage increase and damage reduction. It's going to cost you 10 full paper charm shards to get it, so you need to convert them into the shard forms. And to be fair, when you're looking at transformation index, I mean, for an extra two full paper charm shards, I mean, their index score is pretty huge. So, some of their index scores, like you get 35% defense and damage reduction. So, it really just depends on what you're looking to do and what you're willing to spend on. But a lot of their index scores are pretty huge as well. Now, of course, that means you still need to get both of them to light your index up, but you do get damage reduction, defense. There are some offensive ones out there as well. I don't know if Shao G is offensive. Yours is attack. Yep, yours is increase and HP. But those things, they're whopping. They're massive. 35%, and it scales off everything that you have currently in that pool. That's some big power ups right there, opposed to getting a outfit. Now, of course, if you are talking about which of the transformations are best, I would probably say Zhang Fei is the best for Generation 3. Arguably, it comes down to, are you waiting for the control transformation, which will be Xiaopi? He will be out in next month if everything, hopefully, if everything goes according to plan. He should come out next month. Now, I don't know the plans, but I'm just basing everything on what we've seen prior to this. Look, honestly, it hasn't been altered too much outside of some of the recent event switches ups, if that is even a word. But anyway, Sharpie would be very interesting, and of course, he's a way transformation. Mate, he's if you build him as an actual player on Yielding Way, this guy's fantastic. I mean, for what he does, and a lot of players probably understand the play way and have built him. He basically is just that really obstinate, impossible to kill tank. He's impossible to kill for one round, literally. So the idea is that once his hatred goes off, he pretty much just slot him in slot two and let the big boys or the big DPS or whatever line basically the DPS are on attack him, and they do no damage for that round. So it's almost like you just negate an entire round. And of course, with Pixu in the battle as well, once your hit drops down and he gets the Tiger Roar on him, I mean, he just becomes pretty obstinate to kill. Certainly annoying enough for the rest of your team to basically deal out enough damage to kill the enemy. But I wouldn't recommend him as a transformation. Valiant Zhang Fei works very, very well with the Shu Nation. Doing double of these basically creates rage generation for the whole team every single round. He's fantastic. Lu Su, I mean, I don't even know if Deny ever played with a Lu Su account. He could be interesting. He certainly does bring some constant application of burns. So that could be it could be intriguing to run double of him. Warlords, this guy over here, Befuddling, he does have a double control ability. So if you do run double of Old Mate UG, he can control up to the whole. He can control the whole team. It is a low percent chance for one round. He can basically prevent them from doing anything. But again, it's you probably wouldn't want to build him for Warlord just unless you really wanted to have a bit of a cheesy team. And of course, he does do evasion procs as well, and Shadowbind reduces target's evasion as well. So, I mean, he's like the anti accuracy debuffer. That's really what he does, and he has a lot of poison damage, which stacks as well, by the way. So he's not too bad. He's not too bad from a Warlord perspective, but he isn't really a strong contender for Generation 3. If you are thinking about getting spicy for Wu, I have been. I can probably say War God. He probably falls off late game, but early game he is phenomenal for the Wu Nation. Shu Nation, a lot of players go with control, but you could probably just suck that up and go with double Zhang Fei instead of the legendary Xiao Xiao. I would avoid going legendary. if I'm honest with you all, I would avoid legendary transformations because they're not really the pinnacle anymore. And yeah, it'll slow your progress down because mythics give 3 attacks. Now, what we should probably talk about with the mythics is if I can get into it. So, for your transformations, the power of your transformations is codependent on your outfits. So, this is always the confusing part because a lot of players either the English barrier is there or they just haven't played the game very long. But the idea is you need the mythic outfit, this one here, which the only way to get that is VIP 18, to enhance the effect of your mythic guy here. So transformation upgrade, grade 1 unlock, grade 2 unlock, grade 3 unlock. This is essentially all codependent on your outfit. So you need mythic outfits to enhance the abilities of your transformations. Now the same is for epics. So you need epic outfits to enhance the ability of your epic transformations, and so on and so forth. The same with obviously legendary and rare. Well, I think we actually have the max grade for rare, which is awesome. So as you can see, they do additional damage bonuses, and we can have a look to see what they do. So at grade 1, it's very basic. Grade 2, it's kind of basic. Grade 3 is essentially where everyone wants to get to, because this is where it is almost like this character is like a 4-star hero. So this is, you got to read through the text here, and this is just my Xiaoji. They're all going to have different texts. 50% chance to inflict, which is pretty good. This is kind of, you know, this is kind of the cream of the crop, right? Ultimate skill gets a buff, basic skill gets a buff. Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to get 3 mythic outfits on this account. But for those that will, I mean, eventually they'll unlock that. Should that detract you from getting the transformations? No, you should still get mythic transformations. They are ultimately going to carry you in the game. Hopefully, everybody managed to luck out and get the ones they were looking for. I actually don't mind getting this one, surprisingly. This is probably the best one for me to get. The wishing stones are nice, but 50 shards are 50 shards, right? 50 shards of the beasts are going to help me out. I think I'm close to getting 7-star Karkaden. I'll have to have a look in a second. I might be like 2 copies short, but I think I might invest and finish off my Karkaden if that's possible. So, like I said, make sure you're grabbing your East return, mainly for the gold, but obviously for the goodies as well. Is there anything in the bag? We've got 27 of you. We'll save those up for 100. We'll see if we get the jackpot off 100, because let's be honest, this account really doesn't need the mythic. So yeah, it's okay. It's okay. For those that are impatient, you can pop them. There is no statistics saying you're going to get better reward chance. It's all the same. But what I was thinking is, can I build, or should I build Karkaden? So I have enough for 1. I have enough for 2. So that's 2 of you. Beast Realm in my backpack. Do I have another Karkaden chilling? I don't, but it is 2. That's good. That's good. So we do have enough. Hmm. Or should I do with Fire Kitty? I think I probably should go Fire Kitty over Karkin. I mean, Karkin's nice though. Isn't he nice? That stun chance is nice. Round 1 stun chance is always a nice ability. It's 45% chance, 100% chance to stun. Ooh. Okay. So front row enemies reduce the attack for round. 45% chance, that's for 100% chance to stun the target with the highest HP. So, I mean, it's a guaranteed stun. Front row. All right. All right. I like that. What do you do? Are you a guaranteed rage reduction? Because, I mean, rage reduction is pretty spicy. Um, reduce 3 enemies' heroes' rage by 2, ignores. Is that a 100% chance? Okay, so that goes up to 3. 3 random enemies rage by 2. That's not bad either. Okay. Well, I'll have to think about that. But we're in a good position. We're in a good position. We're going to have two of the three required. This could also, I mean, hey man, you check your bags, ladies and gentlemen, check your bags, because that could incentivize you to go ahead and pull for your legendary. If all you need is 60 and you've got a couple of hundred, I mean, maybe that's a good opportunity to get on the leaderboard, get those 300 mice, finish off one of your legendary beasts. That could be a good plan. I think we're going to skip that one though. Anyway, I think that's it in a nutshell. There really isn't too much else to discuss on the current events that are coming up. Speculation wise, what I was going to get to at some point was I feel like with not introducing the Jade Halberd and introducing Pixiu, I mean, the whole community loves the fact we've pretty much got a free copy. But they did do us a little bit dirty by not giving us Pixiu in the Billionaire event, which obviously, I mean, everyone was probably hoping for him to be out in the next event. So it's almost like they're trying to delay the introduction of the new heroes. And that could just be because they're trying to milk certain events to get more money. We all know that the game is about money. Um, it could also just be because Global is catching up too much and they're trying to not do it, or they could have difficulties integrating some of the background copying and pasting from the Chinese and Korean into this event. Now, Gen 4, when it does release, hopefully next month, will introduce the new mythic beast, which is the bull beast, the fire gourd. Hopefully, hopefully they give us this month the. Are we actually a month behind though? I almost feel like we should have got the halberd last month. Huh. We might even just be lagging even more than a month these days. But I feel like we need the halberd, and then we need the fire gourd, and then of course we need Generation 4. I think for Generation 4, it is going to be, if I remember correctly, Wei is a rare hero, which is Xiao. Oh, geez, I have no idea outside this. Xiao, he becomes mythic. Shu is the demon dude, yeah? He's an epic. Come on, tap across, tap across. Where's my Shu dude? Where's my epic? This guy. I believe Wei Yan turns into a demon. Wu. What was Wu? Let me think. Wu? Wu, I think it's this guy. Am I wrong? I think it's Sun Jian. I don't think it's Lu Ming. I think Lu Ming is Generation 5. I think it could be Sun Jian. And Warlord is Gone Sun. Yeah. So there'll be some interesting things to check out. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, notification button, and jump into our Discord if you haven't already, in the link in the description box below. Going strong there, nearly 400 members. Of course, I'll catch you on Facebook. Don't be afraid to drop us a friend request and have a chat if you have any concerns. If you have any questions, if you just want to have a chat in general, hit us up in the comment section down below in this video. But yeah, I feel like they're just stalling. What do you think? Do you think they're just stalling the release on certain things? Because it feels like there hasn't really been too much traction. Maybe they're just all having a holiday or something over in China. Who knows? Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.